Guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi. So, following Ghana's qualification to the World Cup at the expense of the Nigerian Super Eagles, there was a brouhaha at the stadium, which led to some vandalism acts. The Nigerian fans destroyed some of the seats, invaded the pitch, and showed their displeasure at their team's inability to qualify for the World Cup. Ghana went through, and the rest, as they say, is history. Following those events, FIFA has finally brought out a verdict on the sanctions that have been placed on them. It includes a fine and a stadium ban. Senegal as well have received a hefty fine. We'll look at the punishment FIFA has meted out to these national teams for their poor management of the fans and their reactions. We're also going to talk about Daniel Kofi Kyere, who is doing an amazing job this season with his club side, St. Pauli. He has scored 12 goals so far this season. Kofi Kyere, undoubtedly a hot cake now. He is set probably to leave his club side, St. Pauli. We'll look at that story and how it's developing. We'll also talk about Sulle Muntari to South African side next summer. A 37-year-old Sulle Muntari. As to whether there's any validity in it, we'll look at that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So, the Nigerian Super Eagles, after missing out on the World Cup last 2 months in March, the fans were not happy. They invaded the pitch, destroyed seats at the stadium. Mashood Abiola, newly renovated Mashood Abiola Stadium by Aliko Dangote. They were not happy and expressed their displeasure. I was there at the stadium, and it was a raucous crowd, a crowd that were not happy, a crowd that were full of people who wanted to cause damage to the seats and who invaded the pitch and probably could have done something to the players. But thankfully, no one got hit from that crowd stampede. However, FIFA have hit Nigerian FA with sanctions following that crowd control they did not have. At the Mashood Abiola Stadium, the Super Eagles fans could not stomach the fact that their team would not be part of the nations that will be competing for the World Cup trophy in Qatar later this year. Having played a goalless draw against Ghana, their hosts at the Borussia Stadium, the two West African rivals played a 1-1 draw. Thomas Partey haven't scored that goal. Following the result, Ghana qualified for the World Cup on a away goal rule. It kick-started a pitch invasion by angry Nigerian fans who destroyed property and forced the Ghana players into taking refuge in the dressing room. As a result, Nigeria have been fined by FIFA 63 million naira. That's $154,000 approximately by the world governing body. They will further play a match behind closed doors without fans. The Nigeria FA has been accused of failing to implement existing safety rules regarding order and security, and failure to ensure that law and order are maintained in the stadium, invasion of the field of the play, and throwing of objects. Senegal as well will have to part with $180,000 for failing to control their fans who shone laser pointers into the eyes of several Egypt players, probably notably Mohamed Salah, during the second leg of their match in Dakar. The Pharaohs had won the initial meeting at home by a solitary goal, but the Lions of Teranga managed to win the second leg by the same margin to send the game into extra time and eventually penalties. In the shootout, fans shone laser lights at Salah as he missed their crucial penalty. The hosts went on to win the shootout and sealed their place in the prestigious global competition. However, FIFA took action for what they termed a failure to implement existing safety rules and failure to ensure that law and order are maintained in the stadium. Invasion of the field of play, throwing of objects, lighting of fireworks, use of laser pointers, and use of objects to transmit message that is not appropriate for a sports event. Offensive banner. Just like Nigeria, the Lions of Teranga will play their next match without spectators. Finally, Algeria have been fined $3,081 for throwing of objects and lighting fireworks at their second meeting with Cameroon. The North Africans had won their first leg by a solitary goal and were favorites to make it into Qatar. However, the Domptable Lions fought back and won 2-1 in extra time for a 2-2 draw and qualified on the away goals rule. So those are some of the sanctions FIFA have meted out to the national teams, Teranga Lions of Senegal, also to Algeria, Nigeria as well for the vandalism at the stadium. These were outstanding verdicts that needed to come out to settle. Some of the Egyptians were fighting for a rematch because they felt that they were not treated well. They were really not giving the best of services. Well, it has been settled now, and that is that. We put that to bed. There was no way it was going to be replayed. A fine was the only way this could have gone. Next story has to do with Daniel Kofi Kyere. He will probably be leaving Bundesliga 2 side St. Pauli at the end of the season after an outstanding campaign with the clubs. 12 goals for the season and as many assists as well. The fact is, he still has a contract with us until 2023. Following his heroics this season, it's clear the boys in brown will lose him in the summer, even if they gain promotion. The fact is, I'm planning with him. The fact is, he feels very comfortable with us, explains Tito Schultz to Sports Bild in an earlier interview. But I've been in the business long enough, and I know that there are always bigger and more solvent clubs that also buy players from us. Of course, we also discussed the expiring contracts within the squad. I think you have to be professional enough to get away from the situation. We want to get maximum success. Everything else will hopefully be clarified as soon as possible. Kofi Kyere has scored 12 goals and provided 10 assists this Bundesliga season, and this coach alluding to the fact that he cannot control the transfer market. It's possible his man could leave them. He has to wait and watch and see how it unfolds. With his electric form, great performances, it's possible he can leave. Final story has to do with Sule Ali Muntari to Orlando Pirates. A top agent for Orlando Pirates has said he's walking away from that story, and that Sule Muntari going to Orlando Pirates, he has not heard anything concrete on that front. Yesterday, if you watch Accra Hartlepool game, it looked like Sule is planning on getting his coaching badges. He is sort of a player coach now at the age of 37. That looks like the most tangible step in the next direction of his career. The agent, who is in the person of Sifo Shaban, has said that, look, there have been several reports from Ghana about the supposed potential signing of Sule Muntari with Pirates. But as someone who is close to South Africa here and close to Pirates and familiar with how the club operates, I doubt if there's any truth in those reports. And I have to say, following the events that happened yesterday in Accra Hartlepool game with Grims FC, it looks like Muntari will soon be training to earn his coaching badge. He has started with a player coach role at Accra Hartlepool. So that story squashed right there and then. So that has been it for today. The results of the punishments that will be meted out to the clubs, the various countries, Nigeria, Senegal, and Algeria. Kofi Kyere could leave his club, and Muntari to South African club Orlando Pirates, not going to happen, at least not now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the week.